picked it into Timbersaw. Like, mind control is going to get detonated in most of these fights as this front line, and they're pretty limited on their disable is what I'm looking at it. Like, his concoction is one of their only stuns besides the coil, which is a little bit of a concern. We're seeing some battling going down here.
Yeah, really are. I mean, Aston spraying the blast onto S4, bringing him low, but the shackles are out onto the IO, and GH, he's going to be the first to fall. S4 does end up going down, because Alliance the ones to claim the first blood.
It's a five. It's actually just like a 5v5 right now. Alliance is respecting it though. They're like, dude, we actually don't fight under acid spray. The acid spray plus like the whirling axe is slow. It's a little bit too much for them. They're actually gonna do it as they have some pretty useless level 1 heroes that just auto attack.
With me,
it's profit for the moment. Okay, yeah, very interesting draft coming out. NIGMA seems like it's a little bit of a blast from the past, right? Besides the Optimus pick, because they've got this IO Pugnus duo supports. It'd be interesting to see what they can make of his.
I think he's looking at exceptionally dead here with the blocking from the treants, and Handstand coming across to have a look in. Limp is going to be able to get that last hit upon him. He wanted to stick around and contest for the rune, costing him his life there, Kuros. Kills to start here. For Alliance, we are of
and
course.
Both mid laners do get themselves
one
kill, so that's nice for them.
Oh no!
Okay, I mean I'm really curious to see what's going on here because we have a lot of like fun, you know, with the Pugna with the IO. These two, the amount of healing that they can actually do is really interesting, and also the Wraith King up top. He's a hero that we talk about that can be kind of fragile, especially because you have this very low armor. Maybe this is what they're thinking with the acid spray to just put some pressure onto him. I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how much FNG can do on the Prophet to sort of create space in a safe area for Nico Baby up top. But indeed, maybe mind control can sort of just be that much of a nuisance to slow that farm down.
Weeha's 10 stacked right now in mid lane.
I mean, he's chilling. I guess, you know, with the orb and the shift, he feels like there's no real threat from Limp as he hangs around.
He's got this 16-1 charges already built up too, because he got that first blood. He was able to build it immediately, so he's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, he's doing a great job on the CS as well. 7 for 2 against the 3 for 1 on the first few waves. And, just being able to get to that mid lane a lot sooner than Limp was, with Limp spending time going for the Kuro kill, and we are able to start the lane off with it in a preferential area, getting it blocked onto his high ground.
Yeah, these lanes actually look pretty solid for NIGMA. I was a little concerned at first, but they got these great matchups. The Puck versus the Bat Rider is a pretty good one. They have the Troll versus the Timber, so he's not feeling too pressured. Sure, S4 is going to he's going to have some freedom down here to pretty much get everything, but the Troll is going to be able to farm just fine, just like Kyle was meant to panel. He's got the IO back up too, so it should be pretty nice. So yeah, some good late styles here for NIGMA. We'll see how Alliance, if they want to switch anything up, or just use FNG's teleportation to about those rotations. But yeah, I mean, this acid spray is actually doing work up top. We could maybe sitting low.
Yeah, there's some nice pressure. And from mind control, as this offlane Alchemist, I mean, what sort of build are you expecting? You know, what sort of route does he go down?
I'm not 100% sure, really. I thought it was going to be something like maybe just giving some ags to people and stuff like that, but I'm not too sure. Maybe just medallion beforehand. Maybe he goes for a blink so they have some form of initiative. That's the Puck. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen this like once or twice in pubs and he's dead. FNG.
He's got the sound, so he'll be able to keep himself in lane, but some pressure from FNG there, alleviating the sort of pressure that NIGMA's trying to put onto Nico Baby up top, and see Nico Baby keeping his farm on track and on par with Miracles. Both carries right now having a fine old time in their safe lanes, neither receiving too much pressure right now.
Yeah, and during the first 2 waves, like we were talking about, they were doing good pressure, but acid spray is expensive. So these first 3 usages he used of it, he's completely has to fully back away because an NP beating on him. Now he has bottle, but Nico Baby's already fully sustained, fully healed up, and he should be just fine top to keep farming it. That's CS, pretty perfect.
Seeing the mid lane matchup, team to have the solid lead here. We are 19 for 3 against the 10 for 6. Down bottom, GH and Miracle looking to try and run down Hanske. Get the slow, GH getting in position to block him off and allow Miracle to close the gap. Very far is pop though. Hanske towards the top of the tree, and that is it's not going to quite save him. Miracle still able to find the kill there, chucking the axes out and taking down Hanske. But a good attempt for the Shaman to try and hide his way out there.
And they even put down a sentry on the side of Enigma to try to see past him. Up top, Mind Control getting, again, they don't have a stun for some time, but he's pretty slow.
Should look to their
Yeah,
He's 305.
he looks, unless he can get the deny to the neutrals. Oh,
The auto
No.
though. Nico
Yeah,
maybe wait, he's just gonna smack him.
oh, but the disarm! Kuro's trying to stop it with the Decrepify. It's not going to work, though. Decrepify comes to an end, and Nico Baby still able to take down Mind Control. Mid lane, Limp getting aggressive onto We Are. He's going to pop the stick charges. Does have a phase shift, but he's ticking down too many stacks of napalm. Limp's able to burn him out. A big kill for Limp in a lane where We Are was coming out on top and far.
It's expected to have this. The Bat Rider kind of threatens these type of kills if you make a mistake on the puck, but the puck usually wins those last hits.
Yeah.
Limp finally able to get down. And it is after the fact that Weehaw was able to get the rune up top and get boots delivered, which is huge. Just, if you look at Limp, he doesn't have boots. He didn't get the rune for himself, so he just persisted for that kill.
What a miracle. And he just, I mean, this Javelin, look at this build. This straight branches, circlet. I'm getting a Javelin. I mean, it gets him the kill there. Having that extra bit of damage blocking. You know, he doesn't do that with any other sort of itemization here at 5 minutes in. But Miracle, with this straight Javelin rush, able to solo kill the Timber like this.
Mid lane GH, he'll go down. He shows some face.
Killing spree!
And yet, I mean, this Javelin build, this Rush Maelstrom is going to be pretty cool, honestly.
like
Of course, because he's playing versus the Timber, it's so effective, but he's playing with an IO. IO amps spell damage now when he's tethered up, so this Maelstrom, it's going to be pumping damage in the fights if he is tethered. That's kind of cool.
Maelstrom really is sort of just back on the menu across the board, it feels, in this patch, right? A lot of carries seeing this as this is back as the item you get. It's sort of everything, right? Fighting, farming, it does it all. And it's back in a good position now, this patch. GD Rune. Swansea is going to be able to grab that hand scan in position to stop. We are going for it, but We Are does still commit to try and take it. That's going to cost him his life there. Nice move from Hansken. Ready and waiting for We Are to jump for the rune. And able to get the kill, and just really propelling Limp's game. Limp now 4-0-1, dominating on mid Bat Rider.
And it's important for him to have this too, because it works so well with the draft that they have too. They can start to apply so much pressure if he does have this good game, which he is, with their Shadow Shaman, with their Nature's Prophet lineup. They can look to siege, they can look to take buildings down early, and he can join in with these early boots of travel that he's going to have done in the next few moments. Very nicely done from Limp.
Good farming, he's going to be able to get the double stack hit. Yeah, bots we're definitely going to see a very good timing here. And unless NIGMA's able to make some sort of movement towards the middle, invade this jungle, find Limp. But with the heroes they have, I don't really see that happening, right? Limp's going to be pretty unpressured.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, they don't have stuns. They have the coil and an unstable concoction until way later on. They have the root share from here, but it's going to be limited for them to be able to set stuff up.
Bottom lane.
It's going to be given mid. And bottom, they're trying to pressure this tower.
Yeah. We can find the coil and they can move Miracle into position. They should have the damage to take down S4. And it's taking a bit of time, and S4's playing it safe, not allowing Weehar to be able to close the gap in on him.
So careful, look at that positioning. Just drops the chakram in almost max distance to try to slow down this wave.
Yeah, who knows?
They're pinging it. They look like they probably want to slow this down. FNG is actually the one pinging it, so he's captain, maybe making the call here. He's actually going to make the call to go mid and pressure that one with Honstead, trying to stop the pressure down bottom. Be careful. Weeha's near.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Checking out for the... I say that Crow picked it up.
He's got Mind Control's bottle in there, so I'm really curious to see what Mind Control is going to build up. It's still early, so we don't get to see it yet. He's got just like phase boots, and I'm wondering if he's going to go for buffing up his troll. I think that has to be the case.
Yeah, you can't go greedy, right, as the offlane out.
No.
Can you? It's got to be some sort of utility item to help the team, whether it be just with the early auras, as you say, something to directly place upon the troll.
I hope it's Burst Potion. I don't even know if that thing's good. It doesn't seem that great, but it's cool Dispel and some 400 heal over 10 seconds. So, I mean, if he throws that on the IO or something, I don't know. Like, we'll see what he ends up. I've yet to see a Berserk Potion. That's bottom.
They're going to go for it. Dream Core down. They're able to find S4. Miracle is in. Of course, with this Maelstrom, he easily has enough damage with the procs to take down S4. So quick moves, and again, the move that they have been looking for a while, because it definitely seems like the easiest play for NIGMA to make right down here. When S4 is too far forward, a coil and a troll, that'll get the kill every time.
Yeah, they gotta. Limp has to start making the action down here. Because Batrider versus Troll, you have such a good.
I mean, they know he's got no ult now, right? They know that Miracle went on the aggressive onto S4, so he is weak. He's not got anything to save himself. With the lasso drop from Limp, they'll be able to find a kill in return for losing S4 early.
I was about to say too, he doesn't have a color blade on Troll versus Nature's Prophet, immediately queues it up right after that wall stuff. So baby top. To get mind control. Mind control's getting some nice gold out of these skeletons right here, just running in circles. But he will survive.
Do we get to reveal what he wants to buy? Sure, we are going to have the
Radiant should look
just
to
coming
their
in.
middle tower.
GH. Diagram just maybe setting up in case there was going to be any altercation around these 10-minute bounty runes, but
Radiant's middle
case,
tower is
they're able to
under
claim there
attack.
too.
And he can bring Miracle back to save his TP as well, so he doesn't have to waste it for bottom. Now Miracle's gonna have a TP available if they make a play elsewhere. So that's kind of a cool move by GH. FNG in the ult, hoping to get some type of aggression here.
Miracle does have chance up again. It's hard to make a move into these three with Alliance having the numbers. More TPs coming in from NIGMA. We want to try and fight this. Hanskin's out with the TP. We drop the coil. Able to find the Shaman in the trees. They'll take the kill. Well, not the biggest, but a kill nonetheless. At the same time, bit of a dive coming in mid to S4. Pushing Kuro back, giving FNG the space to start beating down on the tier 1. Another TP to come through from Mind Control. S4 actually trying to find a kill onto Kuro. He's bringing him very low here. Kuro. A turn, Mind Control, finding the stun onto FNG. FNG opted for the TP out, and he's away. Not enough burst to kill him off. Alliance, they poke, and they prod, they get a reaction. NIGMA bringing 4 heroes into the mid. We keep their tower alive.
All the attention away from Nico, baby. He's able to just get this absolute full free farm during all of it. So we see that NIGMA, they really want to push forward to get something out of this rotation.
Against attack. Radiant should
Now we're seeing the gold here for Nico, baby. Sort of straight face into the Radiance rush. No Midas in this build-up today. As, yeah, he's definitely getting away with it. 2,600 gold in towards the relic, 11 minutes in. Some solid time in that. Going down is certainly going to help. Kuro at least able to find the deny. Looks there for the relocate to come in onto Nico, baby. See what sort of help he gets coming in. It's already a TP that's starting to back away, and he gets popped by the Wrath there.
Squishy Pugna getting hit by one of the last bounces. Done by FNG. And more.
From the coil, S4, what sort of help he's got? He has got it. Limp's here with the lasso. He's able to drag Miracle up onto the cliff. Miracle been tethered. Bit of heals coming out from GH, but it isn't enough. Miracle goes down. GH also in trouble as he's trying to run. Nico baby's made his way over to the mid lane to get involved, and he'll claim the kill. The crit comes out. As Alliance 10-5, 3k lead. Some of the moves from NIGMA being punished in bottom. These boosted travel. He's just ready to go anywhere that he needs to. Mind Control does have the ultimate. That extra bit of a boost to help him run away. Limp's going to still continue to try and chase, and with the Firefly, he's going to have the damage to get the kill. He runs down Mind Control. He's going to be able to pick up another Limp 7-0-2 on this bat.
He is absolutely owning, just moving everywhere, just getting every kill for his team, and it's such a good game for the Bat too. Like versus the Troll, as we've seen now multiple times, it's always going to be the case. This Batrider versus Troll, always one of his kryptonites. Yeah, Limp is really proving that right now. 4K advantage. Nico baby just pretty much has the relic done. They even have their Vlads on their support. The 5-position Nature's Prophet. This is good stuff for Alliance with exactly what they drafted them. Yep. As the panel said, it's very wonky, it's very different. It's all playing out. He's got the blink, so that is going to be the case.
Okay.
Some extra form of initiation, but see if it's able to do much of anything, because they are really falling behind.
Yeah, it's just been a few sort of rough movements from Weehaw the last few times. I mean, you know, if they're dropping that Dream Call to try for the kill on S4 and they don't actually get it, you know, it's going to hurt. They've got to find some big play with the ult, and they're going to try for it now. Smoke up from NIGMA.
They got to try something, because he's also, look at the levels. Weehaw just hit level 9. Limp is about to hit 13. So, you know, he's gotten some coil kills, but it's been mostly on like supports and stuff like that. He needs to get bigger one here as they run into the Wraith King, but that's not the target in this area that you can go for.
Just gotta let him be.
Is under attack.
As Nico Baby, he's got the goal for the Relic now. So Relic secured here, 14 minutes. Bottom, GH and Miracle again, they're getting hands, Ken. I mean, he's the one that's been, well, he's sort of half the deaths here on Alliance's side. Not that Alliance is going to be too bothered about that at all. I'm more than happy for Hansken to die out in these risky positions, as long as their carries are getting space, and they really are. I mean, sure, S4 earlier did suffer those few deaths in the lane, but now with the Hood and the levels, he's a lot harder of a beast to tackle. We saw previously that attempt with Dream Coil, it wasn't enough. Any sort of backup that S4 gets, and he's going to be fine. And he'll always get that with FNG and Limp having that ability to easily TP around the map and be there to build up the numbers. It's not very easy for NIGMA to just drop all their ults on one hero and expect to get it before a reaction's there from Alliance.
No, definitely not. It's so scary with how farmed Limp is. It's a bot's BKB bat with other small items. He's level 13, he's 15 minutes in. Like, Miracle's level 10. He has so many opportunities now to go for this troll and has no worries, because not only is there very limited stuff because of that BKB too, he can just beeline at him.
Yeah, they're coming in with this wraparound Alliance Limp. They're going to split them up there with the bounce. They're able to break the tether, grab the troll over towards the side. Hex as well from Hansken to make sure that Miracle is not going to get joined across immediately. GH still finally able to find the tether as the Hex comes to an end. Miracle having to pop the battle chance early here to survive and stand his ground. S4 is able to chain away though. They do still get the 2 kills in the backlines. Mind control cleans up 2. GH tether out to the side. The heal as well from Kuro. They're keeping GH alive. As S4 and Limp, they're trying to chase. Not going to be able to get the catch on him or anything else. And Mind Control, he's got another concoction building up. See if he's able to get in range. Not quite able to do so. I'll close in with the blink. So good kickback from NIGMA. They, of course, do still lose Miracle, but at least this time round, they are able to take 2 kills with them. Mind Control getting the kills there. And in terms of the builder, he's just going straight for the BKB after the blink, making sure that at all costs he's going to be able to frontline in these fights and get off these big concoctions without Alliance being able to trip him up with the disables.
Okay, that's cool. It also protects him a lot versus S4, because Alchemist is, as we all know, your food versus the Timber. So that'll give him a little bit of protection, and he's maybe feeling like it too, because what is it? It's 3 deaths now for Miracle. They see all the attention being put on him. And during all this, they killed the mid tower and they killed the bottom tower. Nico Baby, like we said, having absolute freedom.
Radiant's
done.
It's the Wraith King. This hero, that's been talked about. Does pretty well in this patch. And Nico Baby having a pretty textbook beginning here. 2-0-1 and all the space in the world. Doing it one-handed as well.
Dire's top tower.
See, looks very, very chilled and relaxed, Nico Baby. I mean, I think he feels it. He knows that this opening couldn't really be going any better for him as the carry. And he's also going to be well aware that his team has done a pretty good job of slowing down Miracle's game with the attention that they're sending his way.
Yeah, I mean, he better be, just pat on the back to Limp. Performance so far is 7-0-3. Limp getting close to an Aether Lens as well next. So even further forms of catch, maybe building into Nocturne later on, but yeah, they're getting a bit more out of the map. It still does feel on the side of Alliance, and I'm wondering what NIGMA's next timing is when they look to do something, because Weehaw continues to fall further behind. Still only level 10. Saying Batrider up to level 15.
Pretty much having the Aether Lens complete, Limp.
Interesting.
System flow of items coming out from Limp this game. He has not been slowed down at all.
Doesn't feel like much of Alliance is literally just playing the super farm game right now. Everyone's hitting somewhere on creeps, and Nigma's not actually able to really pressure them at all. Especially with their heroes, like we said, it's no stuns. It's really just like the coil has to be there, and the Alchemist has to be there for them to make a play.
And on NIGMA, I mean, yeah, Miracle, despite the 3 deaths, he is still farm. With this quick Maelstrom that he was able to get, he's getting the items out, SMY, and looking for that BKB next. Top lane, we are. Has been caught, but Concoction does come out straight away on the Shaman. Gives time for We Are to jump off to the side. S4 tries to chase, but he won't be able to finish the kill. Now S4 turning his attention back over towards Mind Control. The shot comes out, Nico Baby's in with the crits. Mind Control trying to run. He's going to have another potion ready to throw. Builds it up, chucks it over towards M4. Miracle in on top top of the Timber Saw. Mainbreak knocks him away from the Timber Nose, providing space for S4 to turn. Actually, burst down Weehaw ends up on the front lines. Another kill for Limp, and now Alliance, they're going to just try and chase NIGMA out of it. Miracle and Kuro, they've sort of been left behind here. Is there anything they can do to turn it? They're hexed out onto Kuroki as Kuro, they try to run. Limp continue to get the stats up on a Miracle. Miracle having to put the battle chance to have any chance of standing his ground. It's getting close to bringing down S4, and he might just do it. He's able to do so. Will get the kill onto S4, but it still looks like it's Alliance with the big cleanup. A Ray 5 blast comes down onto Miracle. A third kill is found, and Mind Control has the ult back up, but shackles are there from Hanske, locking him down as Alliance, they will clean up yet another. As Nico Baby turns up in style, getting involved in the action now, and as soon as he's had this Radiance and Blink Dagger done, he's already well on the way to the next item thanks to that sort of fight.
Look how much damage he did at the Wraith King. 6,100 damage done by Nico Baby there. As soon as the Bat Rider turns up, it's full panic from NIGMA just trying to get away. We had, like, honestly, he lived a little bit longer than I thought he would because of that haste and the nice bailout from Mind Control, but yeah, we're just seeing overwhelming pressure and overwhelming dominance in the fights. Alliance looking real clean here. And they couldn't even take him down to once. They weren't even close. That is a big concern. We're seeing some damage issues, and we're just seeing Miracle can't actually stick on targets. He's able to stick on S4, but that's it because he gets the battle trench and the roots off. They don't have control for these heroes. Very difficult for the next while until Miracle has easier ways to protect himself too. Until they have multiple BKBs, it really feels like it's going to be Alliance all the way in all these fights.
Mind Control, talking about the BKBs, has his done. But, just going to go towards that AC next up.
I'm so curious as to the reasoning of why they went for the Elf. If he's just doing this type of build, I mean, the Acid Spray must have been something about like defending tower pushes and stuff like that too, because they're versus all this push and I guess that low armor. But I'm really curious. Really curious about it.
Alliance setting up for tier 2 bottom. NIGMA, see how much push they can bring in return up top. Nowhere near as quick though as that of Alliance, with the ward's getting dropped down. Tier 2's taken out. The concoction, Mind Control, he want to go for this, he does. He's in, but Hanskin is ready and waiting. They've got the chain locked down with the Hex with the shackles. There's going to be no chance for a BKB usage from Mind Control as
I mean, hunting for Nico Baby with the relocate bottom after they pulled heroes up top, but
I mean, Nico Baby's sort of standing there. He's like, okay, I'll fight. He just turns. I mean, GH will relocate back out of there, back into the hands of Hanskin and FNG. But just a bit of a split-up mess there from NIGMA, costing them a couple of lives. And again, just putting them in a position now with 2 heroes down that they've just got to avoid the lines. Miracle, it's got to be found. The silence coming out on 2 of them. There's a buyback from GH. The sprout out onto Miracle, cuts his way back to safety. Will try and turn towards Nico Baby, but the stuns are there. Into the last one. They drag back the troll. They're able to take him out. Miracle's down for 50. The shackles out onto GH. GH brought back for this. And he's dead straight away. Nico Baby moves towards the high ground. He's forcing them back. Mind Control's going to try and step forward, but he can't do anything against this Wraith King. Nico Baby goes in over towards Kuro. They get the Wraith King they want, but he's back with the second life. Nico Baby, and the fight will continue to just considerably go in favor of Alliance as they take down 4-5 heroes, which include GH dying the twice. And they're ready to just go high ground. It's 23-9, 15k lead at 23 minutes in. And you know, I sort of asked the question at the start, do NIGMA have a plan against the Wraith King? This wasn't a great plan.
No, it was not. I mean, the Wraith King is Nico Baby's having this whole free time, but I mean, Limp is just. I think they have a plan for this bad. Limp is just literally taking over the whole game. All of his lassos have pretty much led to a perfect kill in those situations. He's just ruined Miracle. It's 5 deaths, and I think what 4, maybe even 5 of those are lassos. He's just every single time getting grabbed.
He's been getting it perfectly, and in a game as well where he's been doing it very nicely around the movements of GH. You know, GH trying to do his best to sort of help Miracle live through it all, but being able to separate them very nicely. It's sort of him in the combination really with Hansken coming in with some very nice hexes and shackles to just make sure that that NIGMA's not really able to help each other. Alliance just doing a perfect job of prioritizing individual targets and stopping NIGMA from being able to get a team fight together.
Yeah, and it might be the more common build now, of course, for Limp, you know, that bots BKB build, but just how good it is, right? Instead of like a bots blink or something that's made a more old meta thing, this build just is destroying the lineup. They're smoked up looking for this head-on fight. BKB on Miracle.
Let's see what they can find. Microchop is going to start things off straight away with the concoction on the Timber Store. Have they got enough damage though? Lasso being used to drag the Alk off to the side on the backline. Nico maybe straight on top of GH. GH trying to get off to the side. He's able to get out with the relocate. Hanskin the first before they fight. The rest of the lines, even just before them, they're going to continue to push on. Microchop being focused by Nico baby. Will manage to turn, drop the concoction, holding back the Wraith King. S4 does get taken out by We Are as Rio jumps in that final bit of a burst. They brought down the Wraith King at once. Nico, can they do it a second time? They're looking towards him. Another concoction's there from Microchop. The stun lands and they'll bring down the Wraith King. FNG trying to escape, but the silence comes out from Weeha. NIGMA punch back.
Okay, all right. We were just giving the hype up for Limp. He actually lasted the out, and I think it gave Miracle opportunities to really go berserk in this fight, and they split it up so nicely. They actually were able to isolate this Wraith King on the south side after taking out S4, and Miracle, he actually just goes straight to the lane.
This is huge for NIGMA. Yeah, straight into the pit. No contest here from Alliance. Alliance losing a serious chunk of the advantage that they built up in this early mid-game. As NIGMA still playing on the back foot, but closing that gap with that sort of fight.
Yeah, look at that immediate tip from Todoroki onto Limp, like right after the lasso does go out. Okay, back in the game now. Miracle keeping up with that farm. He still has a couple cores that are pretty far behind. They need to keep this up. They need to get another couple fights like that successful, and they could actually turn this one around.
I mean, what do you think sort of changed up Limp's game plan in that fight? Why do you feel that he felt pressure to go for the lasso on the Alk rather than save it for the troll situation like he has been doing previously?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. They were both like standing right next to each other, and it was like maybe he tripped up, honestly, because I felt like that was a pretty clear one where he was going to lasso Miracle and pull him very far out of the fight.
Considerable swing back towards NIGMA after that closing big bit of that lead, as you can see here on the graph. The Alliance had been solidly building up for the first 25 minutes of this game.
Definitely shake their boots a bit there.
Yeah.
Nico Baby also at the start of the fight, his reincarnate was not almost back up, so he was playing a little bit in and out. Now he's got the level 18, he's got this fast frequency, they've got level 20 also on the Bat Rider. And now they're looking to get involved, and they're looking to go for a fight. Even though they're into Aegis, they're feeling strong. They were the ones jumped on completely that last time if they get any type of advantage. Put a ward down under a sentry.
What jump they can find. Perot being pinged out, but S4 not wanting to connect the commitment onto him. Nico baby, he will though. Straight in with the Brave Fire Blast. Kuro's out in a couple of hits. Mind Control's building up the concoction. He's going to look for the target, throws it out onto Nico baby to hold him back over to the side. Though Hanskin, he's got the lockdown onto Miracle. Miracle will lose the edge straight up. Dreamcore's going to be dropped down onto the two of them. Mind Control charging him with the BKB in. Another concoction ready to go. Miracle's ready for round two. They take down Hanskin. Mind Control heads over towards S4. The Bat is in trouble here as Limp's BKB comes to an end. Miracle's able to slow him down. Mind Control's over. Another concoction starts up Limp. They take down a second big kill in this fight. As Alliance, they've got to be careful. Weeha still able to keep himself alive. Nico baby turns over towards Mind Control, but Miracle, he's still got the BKB ready to go. The control's there. He beats down Nico baby at once. Can he do it a second time? He's still surrounded by these trees. Miracle's still able to put the ult, but he can kite him for the moment being with the York Scepter. Is it long enough though? Miracle, he's life stealing up. Not enough. Final whirling death from S4 finishes him off.
And look at bottom during all of it. FNG took a Rax, by the way. He actually, the whole time, there's a split push. Is Sprout creating greater treants and solar cresting them, and it took out the Rax during the fight. I was trying to watch between the two of them, but that was pretty huge from FNG, making the call to just continue the push. And Nico baby actually got kited a little bit there from Weeha, but I mean, this is a huge win for Alliance. They were the ones able to get that initiation, get that quick kill on Miracle, and just keep the fight going while while doing it 4v5.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It feels like, we are seeing NIGMA coming out with a decent fight in return to what Alliance has been bringing, but it just feels like it may have come a little too late. That whole early period of the game where NIGMA just weren't able to make moves like they're starting to show signs of now, but obviously doing so from behind is proving to be very difficult.
Yeah, and the fact that they have Miracle, who's this absolute beast, but look at the rest of the heroes. FNG is higher, like almost the same net worth as everybody else on the team.
Yeah.
He's this fight.
They've got 4 cores, yeah.
An alchemist. So he's absolutely massive, and it's really showing.
See what the move's going to be next from NIGMA. How we're seeing on mind controls.
Oh.
Getting close.
Nice pick up there for Limp. He has his Octarine, of course, as we said from earlier. He's going for Shivas, and he finds himself a Quickening shot. More cooldown reduction for this beautiful lasso that has been oh so important. Continuing to apply this pressure here. Not letting
NIGMA, maybe, he's in. He's going to jump straight over towards GH. GH is getting hit by corridor, and it's not to keep GH alive. Not long enough, though. The follow-up comes in front of Alliance, but they do lose the range key that was really on his top. They put the control onto Miracle, but he's going to have the damage. Miracle able to lift through the lasso. Still get the battle chance off. They'll get it up in the air with the Yules. Mind control is going to beat off the side. Miracle, he's turning over towards Limp, but he'll still go down. The ult comes to an end. Alliance will kill him off. Same time in the mid lane, Treant's going to work, claiming a second lane of racks as FNG pushes on with his summons. Mind control is in to try and slow this down. He's actually going to end up stunning himself. The defensive decrepit fight is off, and mass buybacks coming out from NIGMA to push back Alliance.
Lives with 10 HP. Man, this build, I saw this, of course, people were talking about this in NA. I think Jenkins made a video and everything, but these greater Treants from the Sprout are actually they're so devastating. It applies so much pressure on the split push. And in the middle of the fight, too, these big Treants almost just Thrax while they're actually fighting.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
FNG's, pressure has just been
Ability.
so hard for NIGMA to deal with.
Seeds of fortune.
Look at these things. Look, he's sending 2 greater Treants in right now for the racks. 1600 HP, 108 damage each.
I mean, they can't get it, surely.
They hit hard.
Okay, they got it. They got it. Right, yeah. All right, you're right. They're pretty damn strong, those Treants. Easily able to finish off the racks as NIGMA not able to kill them in time.
Now they have an even bigger advantage, a lot more gold to work with, and I mean, we didn't get to touch too much on all these things until the game started picking up the pace, but the itemization so far has been phenomenal. S4 with his Yules usage too, he's just been breaking for Miracle. He pops the battle trance, immediately gets thrown in the air over and over again. They've been doing a really good job of putting all the focus onto that troll and just making sure there's no ways to bail him out or anything like that.
Yeah, as long as they can mess with Miracle, I mean, they know, right? He's the one player that's just going to kill them all on this hero. The others, it's a lot of sort of control and a little bit of damage over time, but when it comes to the hero dying, it's a Miracle they have to worry about. And being able to focus him very, very well in these last few fights. Even with the itemization of having the S&Y and the BKB is helping Miracle a little bit, but just not enough at this point, as this game's still very hard for him to tap.
Oh, I just noticed this too. I guess FNG, while he was killing the racks, he killed the courier with the AC from Mind Control. It's like, I thought Mind Control was closer to this. So they actually don't have that for another minute or so. Minute and 30 seconds. FNG on point this game as this 5 position. 4-2-16, like top 5 net worth.
He's having a great time. He's certainly making a case for, Nature's Prophet to once again really be on your radar when you're playing against Alliance.
that is a very good call, especially with those true. Alliance sitting around the area here, just kind of keeping them confined in the base. I'm seeing Limp with his Octarine, his Quickening Charm, and oh, look at that bottle. He's got a nice Arcane Rune at the ready when he wants to go join.
For NIGMA, I mean, what would you say the plan is? Are you trying to get out with the smoke? It seems so hard to make an aggressive play with FNG doing what he's doing against the base, against your lanes. It just feels like the game's never in a state that it's going to really allow you to get out. You sort of just got to wait for Alliance to come to you, right?
Yeah, I mean, all their waves are always going to be forced in just because of this nature's profit, and with the way Alliance has just been pressuring Jet. And even then too, it's like their heroes just don't really do that. You know, the IO Pug, the supports, it's pure defensive. These guys just sit there and heal. It has to be Mind Control or Weehaw to go set up, and they really need all their abilities. Pretty much take out any of these heroes that aren't the support. It's tanky. Alliance playing it cool and calm, waiting for this Roche, keeping that Treant in there. It'll expire. Oh, seconds for Roche. They're probably going to scan that out right away.
To play the waiting game here, NIGMA. Allowing Alliance to continue to just get away with what they want out on the map. 18k lead, and of course will just continue to grow whilst NIGMA really have to play the waiting game. Finding it very difficult to do anything outside the walls of their base.
Yeah, they just have to give Miracle all the farm so he can at least finish up the Abyssal Blade, so he's got that extra fighting power. He'll also jump out of the Sprout, because I've seen him a couple of times now. He sprouted in fight for a couple seconds. Can barely kill Nico Baby the once. Is he gonna go for grabbing it? Or is he gonna give it to FNG? Okay.
All right.
He's the carry now.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly got the gold and KDA to show for it. And, you know, now he can sort of get involved himself, you know, no longer just needing to send the greater treants up to the front, he can stand there too. And if they do go for him there, they're going to at least take a lot of time to put a stop to the split pressure he's applying.
Now has his Blink Dagger, so they have that tool to grab NIGMA out of their base and send them out. They didn't really have before. Really enable Alliance to continue and end this game more than likely pretty soon.
Definitely getting to territory of, unless Alliance makes some big mistakes, very hard to sort of see a way out of this for NIGMA.
Yeah, they're getting so much on everybody is really the thing. Like, Hotskin's gonna have a BKB soon. We see S14's about to have a Hex quite soon too. Like, everyone's just getting too much. I'm gonna make the jump, but he is gonna die.
Instantly taken down, and Kuro to follow as well. Couple of hits, Kuro's gone. Treants at the same time, of course, pushing in on the top lane, taking the tier 3. As a buyback will come out from Weehaw, the base.
Oh, wow. S4 got a lot of gold for killing Weehaw. I was like, wow, that's a lot of gold for being on the 25k deficit team.
Sometimes the playgrounds do come across a little strange. Especially in games where, as you say, there's that much of a net worth difference. You still get some sizable gold being given out to the team that isn't as far ahead as they are.
Yeah, we see Alliance is kind of threatening the mid to board as FNG's the one fresh top of the Raider tree. Look at them go. Gets 300 damage on the Ranger, actually. 3 heroes in there.
I mean, there's just too many things for NIGMA to try and deal with right now. Each time they're slowing it a little bit. Nice ball. What's going on here? With the Abyssal as well, he might have a chance to kill him. Oh, he's got the stealth kill. The other breaking himself away. He's out for the check. The root is there. S4 will fall. NIGMA able to take down the Timbersaw, but they've lost Kuro. We are getting the coil and silence down to Hanska. Miracle trying to step across with the shackles of theirs. Hanska holds Miracle at a distance. That goes up. He's got the control onto Miracle. Miracle is able to put the battle trance in time. He's charging in on towards Lim. Lim. Again, another Yules here from S4. Kiting Miracle up. Nico Baby just killing off the rest of NIGMA's backlines one by one. It's a triple kill for him. As with 3 dead, no buyback. We should be getting on the verge of them tapping out, and there it is. NIGMA call it GG is there, and Alliance with a very impressive look here in game 1. They really had some showstoppers this time. Lim on his back, FNG, the man himself there on the Prophet. They came to play, and no messing around.
Yeah, definitely no funny business from Alliance this game, from draft to play. It was just super clean, like little to no mistakes. I feel like it was just Hanskin dying almost every time, but it was like good, you know, we're only losing Hanskin. Everybody else is getting everything, and big commends to Lim, especially for this game. How